here's a little bonus video just ever so quickly on your issue with your wrist hurting on power chords. Okay, so if we were to take, oh no, let's try something. So I'm up here at fret 7. If we were to try a B power chord, and then to take the same power chord shape but move it across some strings. So we've now got that one there. This is now an E power chord. And then in order to do it on the next set of strings, we need to move that little finger up. It gives us an A power chord. And then if we do the same thing on the next set of strings, we need to move up our third finger. So we end up with a power chord there. So we should have 4 power chords, each one going from the E, the A string, the D string, and the G string. Oh, sorry, that one there from the D string, and this one here from the G. Okay, and if we think about how we're doing that, okay, what we're after, if I turn around this way, is for the wrist to not be too bent. So I'm guessing the reason your wrist is hurting so much is because if you were to do something like that with your new thumb position, which is probably much lower down there, and to do the same thing, you'll have this real sharp bend in the wrist, okay? Almost like 90 degrees, this sort of thing, okay? And so we don't really want that. If we can, we should be able to do the same thing. I mean, you can see there's a slight bend there, but it's not what I'm predicting your wrist is doing. Hopefully you can see that. The light's not so great. So, in order to play this riff here, okay, if I just turn round, so I do the same thing from here. Can you see that? Okay, hopefully you can. Okay, even when I'm on the low E strings, ready to start, it's not a huge bend in that wrist. Okay, we want to try and keep this as straight as we can. There are some people that do it just brilliantly with, you know, their fingers up here and very little bend in there. There will be a slight bend, but we don't want it to be too much. Okay, so you're probably pressing down too hard with your fingers with this really kinked wrist. So try and lose that and keep it as straight as you possibly can. And that goes for a lot of things. You know, if I'm playing through a scale, or if I'm playing bar chords. I know we haven't really delved too much into bar chords, but again, you want to try and keep that as straight as you can, as often as you can. And be nice and light with those fingertips. And do not play through pain.